you died. Not in a sudden flash or violent explosion, but as a quiet fading, like the last breath of a dying star collapsing into silence. Your senses dimmed slowly until they stopped altogether, and then you found yourself suspended in a void, a vast, crumbling emptiness where time fractured and space unraveled into threads of nothingness. It was neither here nor there, a place without place, a moment without time. And in that endless silence, a voice emerged, calm and ancient, weighted with the echoes of all that ever was and all that ever could be. "You are the last observer," it said simply. You strained to understand, the concept strange and overwhelming. Last observer? Observer of what? Where is this place? The voice answered with the certainty of something that had witnessed eternity. The universe you knew, the cosmos itself, was quantum in nature. It existed only because it was observed. Every particle, every galaxy, every flicker of light came into existence because a conscious mind collapsed infinite possibilities into one reality. Without observation, existence remained a fluid sea of endless potential, never solidifying, never becoming. The weight of this truth settled heavily on your shoulders. So all the conscious beings have vanished? Everyone except me? One by one, consciousness flickered out like dying embers. Every mind, every soul, every awareness dissolved, leaving behind only emptiness. You are the final light holding this collapsing cosmos together. Your perception is the fragile thread tethering reality to being, the last anchor for existence itself. Your heart pounded with the burden of such responsibility, a burden you never asked for. Why me? Why was I the last to fade? The voice answered without hesitation. Because you endured longer than all others. Because you clung to awareness even as the universe around you crumbled. But no endurance is infinite. The end approaches, and soon, even you will falter. Around you, the universe began to fold and fray. Stars dimmed into nothingness. Galaxies imploded inward, and the fundamental laws of physics unraveled into chaotic potential, slipping away like sand through fingers. This universe is dying, the voice continued gently. But before all dissolves completely, there is a choice you can make. A chance to become more than a mere observer. A chance to become a creator. You listened, breathless, the void pressing close. A choice? Yes. You may become the first observer of a new universe. A blank slate, an untouched canvas awaiting your gaze. You will begin alone, blind, without memories, without identity. You will forget this life, this cosmos, all that you have been and all that you have known. The magnitude of that offer staggered you. Alone, blind, without memory? What will I become? You will become the origin, the spark that births a new reality. Though you will forget all that you are now, you will someday become God to others. The first observer, the creator of existence anew. The prospect was terrifying and exhilarating. To be reborn as the seed of all things, yet stripped bare of self. Will I ever see what happens to this new universe? Will I know if it flourishes or fades? The voice's answer was soft but firm. No, to truly create, the past must be relinquished. The future unfolds beyond memory and time. You must become nothing to become everything. You looked one last time at the fading stars, the vanishing galaxies, the dying cosmos you had sustained by simply being aware. And then, with a breath that was no breath, a thought that was no thought, you accepted. The universe folded inward, the threads of existence dissolving into silence. Your consciousness slipped away, becoming one with the void. And then beyond the silence, a spark ignited, a new light, a new universe waiting for its first observer. The cosmos always needs a witness. You were its last. Now you will be its first. But before the silence swallowed everything, the voice spoke again, softer this time, as if sharing a secret. Remember this: to observe is to create. You were never separate from what you observed. Your consciousness wove the fabric of this reality as much as any force or law. Every atom, every thought, every heartbeat, all were reflections of you looking back at yourself. You were the dreamer and the dream, the painter and the canvas, the story and the storyteller. Every joy you witnessed was joy you gave yourself. Every sorrow you endured was sorrow you bore alone, yet also shared with the universe. You were everything because you were the observer. And now, as your gaze fades, so too does the cosmos you sustained. But this is not an end, only a pause before the beginning. In that moment, clarity blossomed like a fragile flower in the void. The universe was a story, and you were the storyteller. The cosmos breathed because you breathed. The stars shone because you looked at them. And when the next universe awakens, it will do so through your eyes, your consciousness reborn, starting fresh, blank, yet limitless. You are the thread that ties one reality to the next, the endless cycle of observation, collapse, and rebirth, the eternal dance of existence and nothingness. The voice faded, and the void grew darker, deeper, until only one last spark remained, your awareness, the last ember of a dying cosmos. And then, even that spark dimmed, and all was silent, until somewhere beyond the edges of thought and time, a new light flared into being. A universe was born. And with it, a new observer opened their eyes, unaware of the vastness behind them, unaware of the infinite lives that led to their first breath. You were gone, forgotten, yet your essence was everywhere. The seed of all things, waiting to grow once more. The last observer became the first. The end was the beginning. And so the cycle continues, endlessly, infinitely. You are both the creator and the created, the watcher and the watched, the question and the answer. And somewhere in the infinite loop of existence, one day you will remember all of it again.